one. All right, welcome back to D&D, everyone. So, last week you had managed to travel down further into the cavern. Were mildly attacked by a creature that had attacked Kaito, reeling him up. Kaito was then able to escape from its grasp using his Misty Step, I want to say.
I used Misty Steps on the tendrils. Using my strength. Yeah, I could not get out. Yeah.
So, doing that, you were able to escape without trouble. You made your way down to a pit which had been a perfect square cut into the earth with stairs lining the side, obviously also etched into the earth itself. Heading down, you traveled for about an hour down into the darkness before you eventually reached an underground river. Traveling alongside this river, you were attacked by a series of creatures, two from the water, from the river itself, two that had burrowed up from underground. After a fight, you were able to kill most of them with the exception of one of the river creatures, which had managed to grab Kaito. He was then knocked unconscious, and the creature then swam away with him as quick as it could. You then attempted to track Kaito, or the creature. Specifically, Otto had placed a hunter's mark on the creature to allow him to track it. But you find yourself at a large stone door. As you look upon the door, it is 30 feet tall, and you don't see any seams on the door showing where it could actually lead to. Next to the door is the river itself. However, where before the opening was open to the air, you can see now that it goes into an underwater tunnel. The door itself has numerous carvings on it, all expertly done, that depict various scenes from, well, you're not really sure. You'd have to investigate further. That's where you are.
I roll a history on them?
Yeah, go ahead.
I attempt to roll a history. Rolling normally. Hey.
Okay, that was a hard DC. This is depicting, you do see on the actual door itself, it is a group of people escaping some sort of calamity on the surface, and you see them traveling underground, where they are then beset by a number of strange, monstrous creatures. This looks to be a early depiction of the Elven empires from even before Orwellan time.
Interesting. This is pretty old, folks. This is older than the Orwellan Empire.
Does that mean we should steal it and it's worth even more money than their shit?
I don't think we can steal it. And also, we need to rescue Kaito before he dies. I mean, I could probably help him after, but
I want to say out of character, if I was a really asshole character, it's like, but if he dies, we'd have more to split between us.
That's true.
I'd like to go on a campaign on my own.
You are right now.
We run multi-campaigns.
You actually are right now.
Have 5 of these guys together, and then I will go on my own campaign.
It's been done. That's how you got the head of Vecna.
I mean,
Don't say that. I just fucking finished 500 hours of campaign 1 last night, and I did not cry. I just sweat from my eyes minorly.
You're just chopping onions. It's okay.
At 4 o'clock in the morning.
I
cried. I cried like a baby.
Okay, fair enough.
do these carvings give any hint on like the store?
Give me an investigation roll.
I will assist you.
Okay.
Guys, just remember, if Kaito's not saved, Taito's coming in, and Taito's chaotic fucking evil, so just keep that in mind.
Taito? Let me do...
He's deaf also, so he doesn't hear to any of his party members.
Okay, obviously I'm just like...
It's one of his traits, so pick the lesser of 2 evils, Trump or Pence.
So, did you put guidance on yourself, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, 17. The looking at the rest of the etchings on the door itself, you do see that the people who were attacked by the creatures were able to kill them, and you see them then kind of building a city underground. The final picture and final etching shows the city with spears pointing out, surrounded by all these different hostile creatures, and looming over the city is a large spider.
Oh my god, I'm so glad I'm not there. I hate spiders.
Me too.
Well, you technically are in the city, I assume, by assumption. So you're probably.
No, I mean, Rami hates spiders.
What?
You already told me Kaido is Rami.
Ian, you've already shared too much information.
I think Rami is Kaido. if I'm honest.
So Kaido's probably gonna. Just looking at this, I'm like, are they gonna feed him to a spider?
So when you say a large spider, you mean like a sculpture?
This is like basically a large etching of a giant spider that's dwarfing the city and looming over it.
It's okay. We're gonna fight spiders with spiders.
I sure hope that's symbolism.
Lucian takes his knife and rips open his.
His arm. Mama, is that you?
I mean, they're in your torso, so you know,
Yeah.
pick your poison.
I mean, his blood
Already
might be
covered.
poisoned by now. You don't know. I mean, you do, but you know. But other than that, no hints on opening the door, huh?
You do see what appears to be one person, like an etching of a figure who is pressing specific spots on a door. Now it doesn't. It's the etching itself is not detailed enough to show where he's actually pressing. Simply that he is doing that in order to attempt to do something.
Can I tell how many like points he's pressing in that like etching, even if it's not detailed?
8.
8.
Can I
Ooh,
look
spider
at the
theme.
door to see if there's 8 points to press?
Make an investigation roll.
I will assist again.
And I will do the thingy, alright.
Maybe the door's open. Have you guys tried pushing it?
Okay.
Did you try knocking? Like maybe somebody will just open it for you.
The door itself does appear to have 8 separate pictures. Like the etchings indicate 8 separate scenes.
Alright.
Can I tell if they have to be pressed in a specific order based off of that like inquiry? Like maybe it's got to be chronological order.
I was gonna say, what are the scenes?
The 8 scenes are the calamity at the surface, the people heading down into the underground, the people being attacked by the various creatures, and then being a fourth like scene showing that them being killed. The 5th scene shows them killing the creatures in return. The 6th scene is them building the city. And then the 7th scene is the city itself surrounded by the creatures with the spears pointing out and the creatures around them with the spider overhead. The 8th scene is the man at the door.
Alright. I'm gonna look around on the walls and the floors and see if there's any like pictographs or anything that looks like maybe those are denoting each of those scenes.
Okay. How would you like to investigate that?
Start by moving over to them, inspecting the walls, and then after an inspection, trying to put my hands on them.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation roll.
I can assist.
All right.
Cool. So I'll roll again.
Okay.
That one.
Hey, your first one was the best one.
Yep.
You don't really see any pictograms, although investigating at least one of them, one of the various scenes, you do see that there are hidden buttons. Like, it's very difficult to see, but the portions of the stone door can be pressed in.
Here we are. There's buttons here. How
many?
8, I think.
8 buttons, right?
There are 8. You were told that from your investigation, you saw that the person at the door had pressed 8 separate things.
Yeah, I don't know
And
if you saw like a couple of buttons or like all 8.
You found one of them. and it's specifically on the scene with the city and the spider. It is It's actually the spider's head that you've pressed that is the button.
All right. So I think the scenes themselves might have the buttons in them, or at least this one does. Let's take a look.
So Lucian is going to take the 3 pounds of flour that he got from the guy on the bridge,
Okay.
and take little pinches of it and like blow it at different parts where he thinks there might be buttons to see if it sticks to any oil residues on people's hands.
Or like a little like crevices.
Okay.
Yeah, little crevices,
Clever.
you know.
Okay. Then, if you would like to, you can do an investigation roll, and doing that will lower the DC.
I will assist him.
Cool.
Okay. So, Lucian, please roll investigation with advantage, and it's also a lower DC.
Nice.
And one day it will come in. Okay.
There it is.
All right. Yep, that is
One
enough.
thing.
You do see the various buttons along all 8 scenes. So you're able to determine all 8. The actual buttons themselves, where they're positioned on the etchings, you don't believe are significant in any way. Simply a spot for the button to actually be inserted.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think I used 3 pounds of flour with that, or
No, you used like, let's say 1 pound as you basically, this is a large door, so you had to coat it pretty significantly, so you're down to 2 pounds of flour.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Okay, so now we just need to figure out the order of which. Can we do like an Arcana check? Is this like a magical seal?
I think we have to press them all at once, maybe.
With 8 people, we don't have 8 people.
2 hands.
How far apart are they? Yeah.
While the door itself is 30 feet tall, the etchings are at what you would consider to be your height. So someone of your like height plus or minus a few inches would be able to press the buttons.
There's just buttons. There's just the pictures and the buttons. There's no words or anything.
No, not that you can see.
All right.
You would suspect whoever put this down here, anybody who needed to go through would already know what to do.
Speak, asshole, and enter.
Open sesame.
Well, that one etching shows only one person doing it, so
Yeah, you'd always need like that many people, at least 4 people to be able to open it. Can we do an Arcana check?
Travel
and
to
see if
Thor.
it's
It's their
magical?
way.
Yeah.
We cannot say about the ways of the ancients, unless we can. I don't know.
You can theorize.
Let's you want to do our
Slap those buttons. Slap them.
Yeah, I mean, if you would like to roll Arcana, you can do so.
All right. I don't got that.
I
got
was-
that.
I have it. I can assist, or if you want me to roll, I can roll.
I got a 6.
I got a 5, so go for it.
Magic mumbo jumbo.
All right.
Oh,
Ooh, baby.
The buttons, yeah. I mean, you don't suspect this is anything mechanical, so it probably is just a magic spell that will open the door when you press the buttons in a specific order. Looking at the symbol of the door, you suspect that is actually probably the last button that needs to be pressed, and you're able to figure out that this is not chronological order, because that would be pretty easy to figure out. It looks to have some sort of magical significance to the actual people who built the door itself.
So this seems like a very magical door. What I can also suggest is we just fucking dispel this shit and try to push our way through.
does it look like there's traps? If we like mess this up,
You'd have to take a look.
sure. Investigation.
Yeah.
Anybody want to help me with this one?
Yeah, I will. Do you need to be a rogue to have trap finding?
No, anybody with investigation can do it. Okay. You looking at the
That's
door,
fucking
it
nuts.
doesn't appear like there are any traps that are mechanical in nature.
Would I need to do Arcana for magical traps? Anybody want to
But
help me?
I'm actually pretty bad.
Yeah, I'll assist. Is there like writing on the wall or just symbology?
Just symbology. Yeah, there does appear to be a. You do sense that there's some sort of like magical trap that if you attempted to just dispel this, you would not be in for a good time. This door has probably stood for several thousand years, and you're not the first person to come up with that idea.
They did not have very advanced magic.
Are there
We
any
can
like burnt
dispel
skeletons laying
and then
around the
counter.
door?
Yeah, that's what my next one was.
What was it? The question?
Skeletons nearby.
Oh no, no skeletons.
Okay,
so
The trap will probably vaporize us.
But we could, if it's a magical trap,
Or
dispel
send it to another
and
planet.
then counter that shit.
I don't fancy our odds of that.
If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna stand
Are
back.
there any other, aside from the ones on the door, are there any other markings or symbols anywhere?
You actually do see some markings that are not on the door, but on the cave wall. They look to be some sort of graffiti.
All right, let's check that out.
All right.
Yeah.
What languages does everyone speak?
I have a comprehend languages spell.
Elvish, Gnomish.
Word.
I
I
have
got a
Elvish and
more
Gnomish.
spoken.
I got
Elvish.
Sylvan, Elvish, Dwarvish, and Goblin.
Okay.
Infernal.
Okay, so you actually do see Fern would recognize, especially she recognizes the Goblin language. Now there's multiple different languages written here, and you can just only speak the Goblin. And funny enough, Goblin is written at your height, at eye height for you, Fern. And it says, in essence, it would break down to stupid door, too tall for me to press buttons.
Wow, that's not very helpful.
Stand on my shoulders and press buttons.
Stand on my shoulders
I've got,
and
I
press
think,
buttons?
technically like Githyanki and Common, and I think I took like Elven for Arwell Empire. I gotta double check that.
It was technically considered like Old Common for Arwell and Empire.
Okay.
But
There's
none
more
of the,
writing than that.
the only language that your group can currently recognize is the Goblin.
Well, what
I'm gonna
about
ritual cast comprehend languages and
Yeah,
start
no.
working on
Okay.
that.
How long does that take to cast? Ritually?
10 to 15 minutes if it's a ritual.
I believe it's 10 then, if it's like a minute to
I
cast.
think
it normally.
rituals might be even shorter now, but
Technically it like tacks on like,
I think it tacks on either a minute or 10 minutes. Depending
yeah, I think
on
it's 10 minutes, but I can't strictly remember. But
I know in 40 it was like an hour.
yeah. All right. Casting comprehend languages over the course of 10 minutes, you are able to see the various languages now appear. You see some graffiti that says, "Stupid buttons too high for me. Stand on my shoulders to press them." At Fern's eye height. You do see numerous pieces of graffiti that are saying like, "Don't press the wrong button.
Nice.
Don't
Be
use
careful.
magic to dispel."
Okay.
And you do actually see some graffiti that apparently was the combination of buttons to press that has been partially worn away.
Do I get any information from that? Like any?
Yeah,
or-
it's like in a sequence. You see like 4, like, and then 1, and then it's all worn away with the exception of 8.
where would can
4,
he,
1, 6, 5 blanks, and then 8.
Yep.
so it's 4-1 in the last one.
Oh, and you
Alright.
also see a bit that says it says Tribal Alliance Market this way with a crude arrow pointing to the door.
Tribal Alliance Market.
Sounds like we could buy some stuff there. Assuming all the tribes are, not dead.
And willing to trade. So what was event 4 and what was event 1?
Let's see here. One was the depiction of a calamity on the actual surface of the itself.
Okay.
Let's see. 2 was going down the stairs. 3 was being attacked by the monsters. 4 was them killing the monsters.
Huh. So they were killing the monsters first and then attacked by them? Or is it specifically not chronological order?
So the calamity on the surface is picture 1. Picture 2 is them descending into the underground. Picture 3 is them encountering and being attacked by numerous strange, weird monsters. Picture 4 is them then retaliating and killing the monsters. Picture 5 is them... Wait, did I do that right? Hold on, I think I got it wrong. It doesn't matter. In this regard, it is accurate to what you need to know.
I think the pictures that we see the pictures in chronological order, but the input of them is not chronological order.
Yeah, that was what I was angling.
So I think it might be like important events during that chronological sequence to them. Maybe like the fact they killed the monster is like a pretty significant event because they lived. If you would think the city would be second.
The crab or whatever that stole Rami, there was like a water place that he went through under this door or something? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so actually, if you look to the left of the door about 10-15 feet and look down, you can see the the river that it had emerged from. It goes underneath, not the door itself, but like a small tunnel next to the door. But looking through, you can see that the water actually is against the top of the tunnel it's formed. So you'd have to hold your breath if you were to swim underneath. It's also pitch black down there.
Yeah, that seems like a really good way to die. We're not cave divers.
No, nobody has like water siphoning anything. Nobody plays with water.
Nah. No water sports in this group. I'm sorry. Maybe Rami.
All right, I will start ritual casting familiar and make that into... Wait, I have my list of familiars. I'll tell you in a minute.
A seahorse that'll get eaten again by a merman?
At least we can get a look down there and see
That's true.
something. Maybe there's more writing down that way or some shit. Who knows?
Can it see in the dark?
I'm going to find something that can see in the dark.
Okay. And do you have the ingredients in order to actually do the ritual cast for this?
I believe so, but
isn't it a full hour to do that?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, I don't know that we got that time. Shit.
All the good news is I'll be awake in an hour.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that we know about these ancient elves that would help us with the code?
Yeah,
You could do another history check if you'd like to try and remind
Oh.
yourself or think of what could be the case.
I will try a history check.
I'm not good at history, so.
I do have the spell components for one more.
Okay. Graham, you get the idea that the pictogram here is the specific events that occurred to these people that are important, but it is ranked in the importance in terms of how they would view it culturally. So you suspect that them counterattacking and fighting the creatures is the most important, with the calamity on the surface being the second most important to them.
Okay.
And the 8th button is simply the release. It has no real cultural significance beyond just being an opening button for the door.
Graham will relay that and look at the rest of them. Can you copy paste the list if you haven't?
I will attempt to. Yes. All right. So
So like we have the city being protected by a huge spider, which I think that would be pretty important to them. So
The question is whether it's protecting it or it's just a constant outside threat that they're under.
well, it shows the monsters that they were just fighting on the outside, and like it's a big spider like standing over it. Right?
The picture of the monsters, does it resemble anything we know?
The various creatures that are attacking them.
Yeah.
Make a nature check.
I can help,
I don't have that.
or I can do it. It doesn't matter.
You can do it, and I'll just help.
Go Team Illiterate.
Nature.
No, unfortunately, in this regard, the various creatures that are attacking them are merged together almost into like one single like
The idea
like
of
like a
monster
weird
instead of a
crowd of
monster.
monsters that kind of blend together. The few that you can see that have any real detail are not anything you recognize.
So the writing was 4 was first, and then 1 was second, and then last was 8.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
4-1, blah, 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 blah.
I'm definitely missing one of them,
Blah,
but
blah.
I can't remember what it was.
That is somewhat important information.
Technically, not in this case, because this is not a puzzle like figure out a poem or something. This is basically like using your skills to try and determine what it is.
Alright, so it would be whatever's most culturally significant. The being able to stand on their own feet was the most important. The calamity that drove them down here, second most important.
Would creating a city be the third most important? That they can sustain their culture?
We gathered who they are. Like what sorts of.
Elves.
Ancient elves.
You know how elves are usually kind of arrogant. I mean,
The high elves are for
every
sure.
day they're arrogant little assholes. Come on now. And something bad happens to them, and they're like, I don't know how could something so bad could happen to my powerful ancient race.
Just bringing on the elf racism early.
Yeah. I mean, just most RPGs that have something like that in some capacity.
All right, it's probably not.
At least they're not like Elizons with giant giraffe like necks.
My god, French Canadian elves.
Oh no.
Canadian elves.
Probably not actually accurate to what I said previously, but good enough for the purpose of this.
They were killed by the monsters, or they killed the monsters?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a group of people. It's not like one person. Actually, no. Four
I
was.
thought it was 4 was them.
4 was them
killing the monsters.
counterattacking. Yep, you're right. I made a mistake there.
Fool.
All right, so the counterattack and kill the monsters is 4. I would say then 3 is them probably 3. Okay, yeah, them is attacking, killing. Then it's starting to build the city. All right, I cannot remember what it was, but it's not important in this one case.
We know the first 2 are 4 and 1. That's all we know.
Actually, wait, hold on. What are my notes on this one?
And 8 is last. Opening door.
All right. Oh, and so did Lucian finish casting the spell to summon Hestia in her various form?
Water.
So it would take an hour and 15 to do that. Obviously, we didn't have time for that.
We can if we're lacking other ideas while we're puzzling this out, but
I mean, I can definitely start that. if we've got nowhere else to go, definitely. I mean, potentially. I don't know. Does dark vision work underwater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Before I even start that, then Lucien is just gonna, do we have some rope? Maybe tie some rope to me. I'm gonna take a peek down there myself. Maybe that'll just be faster.
Oh, all right. Be careful.
Let me start digging a grave.
So,
Start digging
what's
the grave.
Lucian's Constitution modifier?
Lucien's Constitution modifier
21.
is a 1.
Okay, so you can spend 2 minutes underwater before you start to drown.
Okay, cool. So I've got 2 minutes. Let me go poke around down there. Does anybody have a rope they can tie me to so I can tug in case?
We definitely have ropes. I'm just looking through my.
Most of your ropes are about 50 feet.
I remember one of them got sawed in half, so we have a 25 and a 25.
That's
I
true.
think Kaido has those though. I have 50 feet of yarn, but that's not really rope.
I would no. Does the priest pack have it? Let me see.
Of course, the cat fucking has yarn, a ball of yarn.
I'm almost
Can this come
certain
in
the
helpful?
bird
No,
pack
for the
rope.
5th time, it's a fidget spinner for cats.
It's
I
supposed
don't
to be
actually think I have rope.
for my TPing expedition
I
of
have
the
some rope,
assholes.
maybe?
The burglar's pack almost certainly has rope. I've got your fucking rope right here.
Awesome.
I got your fucking
I've
rope.
got your fucking rope.
Let me tie that around my waist and let me take a dip and go peek around down there with my comprehend languages and see if I can find anything else.
Okay.
You're gonna touch some crustaceans?
Well, maybe there's more writing down there and it was like filled with water later or something. I don't know.
Hey man, let's do it.
Okay. Well, go ahead. As you dip into the water, it's very cold. And you definitely feel like a shock as how cold it is. So as you dip into the water, go ahead and make a perception check as you dunk underneath it and kind of travel up this little underwater tunnel.
Okay. Perception. Flat.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you travel up the tunnel about 60 feet. Actually, what's yours? Well, you can move 30. Yeah, I would say 60 feet you can reach in about a minute's time. And you're able to see a little bit ahead of you what appears to be a small opening that it looks like a little air pocket. You'd have to travel about maybe like 10 feet forward more. And that would probably cost you about 10 to 20 seconds to actually do that. Mostly because you've stopped and are investigating it and taking a look.
Okay. In terms of size, how big does this air pocket look from my perspective?
Probably fit like... You could probably stick your head into it.
All right, yeah. Let's get that breath real quick.
All right. You
This
travel
breath.
through, and you're able to go up through the top, and you are able to get a breath of... Well, the air's stale, but it is there.
Okay. Anything there on the wall while I'm there? Or no?
Your comprehend language spell, is that still up because you've cast... I believe it would be because it's...
It lasts for about 10 or 15 minutes, I think. Let me double check.
He's found a rare combination of ritual and comprehend language spells that cause an explosion.
Oh, duration for an hour. Actually.
Oh, well then you're fine. Yeah, so inside you definitely see like some little scrawlings that say easier to go this way than the door. Just don't get lost. And then like a little scrawling of like branching tunnels.
Interesting. Jesus. Okay. All right. I will take that information and do I see these tunnels or it's still just a one shot for me?
It is one single path as far as you can see.
Okay. Can I make a mental note of this like branching system or is it pretty complex?
The picture itself is a simple scrawling. It does not look like it would be accurate to the actual paths of the tunnel.
It's just, hey, it's going to be all like this.
It's in essence a street sign that shows there's like a turn up ahead.
Why you steal from ruins?
Ruins don't want me to steal. They wouldn't have good shit.
Yes, I agree.
I sound like another party member.
Okay, so I didn't set up any pre-signals for tugs means this. I won't get this breath back, right? I've exhausted the oxygen in this place, probably.
Oh, you could use it to breathe. You're just not sure how much oxygen's actually in there.
Okay, but it doesn't feel like it's been used up already.
No, I mean, it's definitely pretty stale, but...
Okay. All right, I'm going to go back to the group then and convey this information and let them know that maybe there's an alternate route in case we can't figure this thing out.
That's something. Is there... Do we think we've seen everything there is to see as far as the buttons?
Like, you've really seen everything you can see. Like, you get the feeling that if you were to try and think about maybe, like, the culture of the actual people, then you could at least determine maybe more of the buttons order, or maybe you could try and brute force it.
Let's not try and brute force it. How can we figure out the culture? More history checks?
You could try a history check if you'd like.
Did you guys see any of this kind of symbology on the way down? Maybe we need to backtrack a little bit and see if there was anything else that you saw on the way that might relate.
I don't know. Hang on, let me roll that history. Let me find where I put my skills. That's not bad.
All right. So yeah, I mean, you get the feeling that the killing the monsters, counterattacking, and standing for themselves is the most important. The actual surface destruction is the second most important. Probably founding the city is the probably the third most important. So you suspect probably starting to build the city and then the actual city besieged by monsters. So 6 and 7.
Okay.
So you think it's 4, 1, 6, 7.
So they killed the monsters because that 4 was incorrect. They killed attacking or they counterattacked.
They counterattacked.
The surface was destroyed. They started to build a city. They were besieged by the spiders.
Or just a monster with the spider looming above the city itself.
Yeah, or besieged by the monsters with the spider above. So that's 4, 1, 6, 7, and 8 taken care of, which means 2, 3, 5 are the last one.
So what do you think?
Sending underground seems probably relatively unimportant unless they're going like deeper from here.
Well, that's for when they first came down, so that might be more important than finding monsters. I don't know.
1 second, my dog is being barky. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry to interrupt. I've just had to pause the recording because Buddy was barking, being very annoying. Okay, so please go ahead.
So we've got, again, with 4 not as written there, we've got 4, 1, 6, 7, blank, 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 8, and we've got 2, 3, and 5 left. So descending underground. Is 3 finding a group of monsters, or did we bump that around?
No, let's see here. It would be 3 would be attacked. Finding and it being attacked would be, so it'd be merged together into 1.
Okay.
So, and you actually get the idea that probably descending down is not a culturally significant, at least compared to the other.
We'll put that one at the back, and that just leaves a 50-50.
All right, let's do it. 50-50.
I feel like counterattacking might be more symbolic than just the other one.
Counterattacking.
Counterattack is the first one in the
Yeah,
sequence.
I messed up.
Technically
5
4.
is counterattacking is position 4.
So which ones are left then?
It would be 3
and
and
5.
5.
So counterattacking
3 is
and
finding
the
and being attacked,
monsters.
right?
Yeah, then what is 5? Since 5 is not the 5 there.
It's something to do with the city. I just don't remember what I said precisely.
The construction?
Yeah, like 6 is starting to build the city. 5 would be something like
The completion?
pre-construction, like finding a place underground.
Okay.
I feel like that would be.
Well, it's 50-50 here. Let's just.
I feel like that would be pretty important.
Yeah. Let's put 5 before 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what
So-
order are you pressing the buttons in?
4, 1, 6, 7, 5, 3, 2, 8. I think.
All right. You press in the buttons. You press the 8th. The door
Explodes.
is still, and then it opens eerily quiet. It just slides open, and a dark tunnel appears before you.
Good job, everyone.
Is it, I can't see it with my goggles either.
No. I mean, if you have dark vision, you can see down. It's just a dark tunnel.
Graham, make sure he's got his candle to the ready
I guess I'll take the lead.
or lit. Yeah, and then I'll. I guess I should probably rear guard.
Yeah, in
if we
this
don't have
case.
Kaido.
Our rear
So
guard
he'll
is
get hit from behind.
the rear guard is kidnapped. It's a rescue mission.
All right. As you travel down this tunnel, it does stretch down several hundred feet. We're going to swap over to Kaido.
Oh no.
Kaido,
Oof.
you awaken. Your limbs are stiff. You have this odd taste in your mouth, very kind of metallic.
Did I have any good like vivid dreams?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely had some crazy dreams of
Were they
eating a
crazy?
lobster dinner and then being eaten by said lobster dinner.
So definitely not.
You've lost me
wet
on the
dream.
symbolism here.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
I
cool,
mean,
cool,
if you had, and you could have other dreams too.
No,
like,
no.
You know how it all
I wanna.
merges together into one.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, you end up in a brothel and then you're accused of something. You can't actually do.
I end up in one of those brothels in Viderheim, go upstairs, but instead of a prostitute, it's a giant lobster. Oh my god!
Exactly.
Are you into this? I don't know.
You
Okay.
also dream vividly of being locked in a small cage. Someone outside is shouting at you. Her voice is booming. You can't make out what she's saying exactly, just that you know that it's loud and scary.
He's mad at you.
And then you do
I'm in a lobster tank at Ruby Tuesdays.
eventually hear her saying, Kaido, Kaido, before you realize that it's actually somebody in the real world, not in your dream,
Oh.
who is saying Kaido.
Ooh.
Okay. I hope I have enough. Am I still paralyzed or no? That's only a minute, right?
You're just a little
So-
stiff.
All right. So I'll wake up and I'll.
Ain't going back.
So glad you got that. All right. So I'll wake up and I'll see the person. I'll inspect the person that is yelling out my name.
All right. It is actually Anders Holt.
Oh.
You awaken in a room. It is a short stone building. It is probably at like 7 feet tall.
Oh my.
So a little shorter than you'd expect from an actual like room. Solid stones with these like thin windows. Looks like maybe you could shoot like an arrow out of it. There is a pale green light emanating from mushrooms growing in various corners of the room itself. Anders Holt, besides being there, you all actually see about 24 other people who have been kind of like crammed into this small room, shoulder to shoulder.
Oh, the missing people.
Are they alive?
They are alive, yes. And Kaido, you're wearing the clothes on your back, but your armor and your weapons have been stolen. Your boots have been taken from you, leaving you just in
No.
your like stocked feet. So you are stripped of anything magical or useful. Your bag is missing with your potions.
Oh god.
Yeah, just if think of it as simply you have your set of clothing and that's it.
Oh my god, this is it. This is my prison arc, isn't it?
This is what you exactly.
This is my prison arc. Yes. I would like to begin constructing a tattoo on my body. Now,
Well, actually, looking down, you see a. You already have a. It's really on like your arms, but it's a series of very colorful inks that have been dotting your arm. Doesn't look like tattooed. Looks like more like applied via like some sort of brush.
Can I Arcana check this? I'm proficient to see if there's anything magical that is preventing me from maybe using magic or something. What is this pattern?
Oh yeah, make an Arcana check.
Maybe if it's of do I have 1 HP right now? Yeah.
You would have had the benefit of a short rest at this point.
A short rest?
yeah.
Really? So I can use hit die and all that stuff?
You could use 1 hit die, or you could use as many hit die as you desire. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe a good idea.
They spent a while looking at that door.
Sweet. So wait, I'm gonna use a couple of hit die here.
Okay. Now, Arcana-wise, no, this is not magical in any way, shape, or form. It's simply a dye that has been applied to your skin that is actually very difficult to get off. You've noticed you can't wipe it away. It's D&D permanent marker.
Theft marker. Because I think I have a guess what's going on here.
But very clashing colors in a very specific pattern, and you actually notice that it appears to be applied to everybody in this room.
Oh no.
The same colors and the same pattern.
Is it on the same spots?
No, some is on like arms, some is on face, some on legs, things like that.
I'm gonna use 4 hit die.
Okay. Go ahead and roll those hit die if you desire.
The roll is a minimum of 6 because of the thing I got going here.
Is that a feat you have?
Yeah, hold on, I can find it.
I think it's like durable or tough or something.
Yes, it's durable.
Okay.
So durable means I can't roll less than a 6. So how will I do this? I'm gonna have to do it 1 die at a time. Because
Yeah, just do 1 die at a time, and anything lower than a 6 will bump up to a 6.
Okay, that's a 6 plus 2, 8.
Okay.
Yes, 8.
So 8 is the bare minimum, if you include your con modifier.
Yes.
Okay.
11.
Nice.
Bump that up to an 8. Yep.
So that's 28. Okay, and I got 1 more hit die to use right here.
8.
35.
Not bad. Yeah.
36.
16, 30, 8, 16,
Do I not
20,
gain that 1 health just from waking up, or?
Yeah, just for it. I'll say you get 1 extra
Unless I'm
hit
doing
point.
a short rest at 0
Yeah,
HP. Yeah,
you recover 1 HP naturally, then you.
Yep. Okay,
Got
so
it.
short rest has been confirmed.
So
Short
36.
rest then.
36 HP. Yes, correct. 36 out of 52 is what I got.
All right.
And all hit die are used.
Yeah,
Right.
Fiffle would like to, I'm assuming because Fiffle wasn't investigating this door in any way, shape, or form.
You could
We
probably
just said we were taking a short rest.
Well, they had been poking around with the door for like an hour, but Fiffle, you didn't actually do anything with the door, so you would have gained the benefit of a short rest. Everybody else, with maybe the exception of Fern, would not.
Could he
Yeah,
have
you
like,
can't rest if you're fiddling
or
around.
that
with
is the
door.
halfling breed.
All right. But yeah, Kaido. So, Anders Holt is there, and yeah, he's missing his armor and sword. He just has his like tunic, his I don't know, medieval garments. Thinking about it, pants. He has his pants and his boots on.
How long have you been here? How long have I been out?
You've been out like an hour.
And how long have you been here, Anders?
I couldn't say. Probably a few hours now. Maybe 2, 3. It's kind of hard to say. It's quite dark down here.
What are you doing down here, Anders?
I'm sorry, Fiffle, you're not there.
Oh, wait. What happened? Where am I? Why am I?
You're with the
Yeah,
rest
this
of
is
the
my-
you're with the
I'm
rest of the
kidnapped
group.
room.
This
I'm
is
I'm in the kidnap room.
yeah.
Oh, it's Kaido. Kaido's talking to Anders.
Yep.
Correct.
This is his prison arc. He's
And
wanted it so
kidnapped by
bad.
a lobster. By a lobster.
A chul, but yes, we can say lobster. Yes.
I'm going with lobstrosity.
Yeah.
It just sounds
I like
better.
that. I like lobstrosity.
I'm stealing it, but that's
How many people are in the room besides Anders and I?
About 24, so 24.
24. Okay. Are they all like huddled up together? I wanna see if I can.
Yeah, they're all
see-
like everyone in this room is kind of like pushed together, shoulder to shoulder. Honestly, your legs are a bit sore because you actually haven't been able to lay down fully. You've basically been sitting up with your knees tucked to your chest.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of information gathering with Anders there, and as well as the 24 individuals. So I'm gonna start asking questions like, how long have you guys been here for, and try to see collectively the
Do you like
oldest.
movies about gladiators?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, make everyone's really kind of nervous, scared. People aren't really talking. Make a persuasion check, or
Persuasion.
or if you want to like approach this another way, you can get them to try and talk to you. This is not like an investigation because, well, you're not like looking into this. You're more trying to get them to open up to you.
I'm okay with a persuasion. I'll try that.
Okay.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
A few of them speak up. A couple of them mention that they've been here for a few days. One person says he thinks he's been there like maybe a week.
Jesus. Okay. Have they been feeding you? Do they come in here often to check up, or do they just drop us off and leave?
Yeah, one of the guy who's been there a week says, yeah, they've been. I was the first one here, or at least as far as I can tell, and they've been dropping us off thin gruel, water. Doesn't taste good, but it'll keep you going.
Okay. I would like to. God, I suck at it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I would like to look at the individuals that are in here. My thought is maybe there's like a sleeper person that was put in here just to keep an eye on them as a prisoner. Can I insight a whole group to see how, if anyone's a little shifty?
Yeah,
Might be a little
go ahead.
difficult since they're nervous. So
You're the most shifty person in here.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, you can do an insight.
Oh, nice! Holy shit!
I mean, looking at the group, everyone seems nervous.
Okay.
A few people have kind of broken down.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
They appear to be mostly farmers, maybe a couple shepherds. As far as you can tell, one person is dressed a little more well off than everybody. Apparently, some sort of a trader. Although any jewelry he had been wearing, you can definitely see that it has been stripped from him.
Okay. I can only think of two other things I would like to do. One is I would like to go up to Anders and say, hey, have you noticed a shift on when they drop off people or when they enter? Is it once a day, every few hours?
I've only been here a couple hours, friend.
All right. And the only time they've ever come back was to drop me off, right?
Food or new people, I'm assuming.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then the last thing I'd like to do is I'd like to investigate this cavern that we're in. Is it a cavern? Or is it like
No, you're locked in like a small stone shack.
a shack. Okay. Well, people have been here for a week, so I think they've already looked around, but I'm just going to give it once over. So I'd like to investigate around to see anything. Just anything.
Okay. Make an investigation roll.
Start intimidating motherfuckers.
This could possibly go wrong.
Looking around, you do see various. The windows are very narrow. You notice. You can, to an extent, see out of them, although it's very dark through them. You do see the occasional dots of light here or there outside of it. The door itself is thick wooden door with iron or some sort of a metal band crossing it, at least on the interior. You do hear the occasional shifting of something outside the door, like from one foot to another.
Is there there's no like window or anything I could see out the door?
Not out the door itself, but you do see like the very thin, narrow windows you could take a look out of.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Perception check. Oh fuck.
Look out the window, check.
Yep.
Do your
I
eyes
mean,
work?
yeah, it's like it's dark out there. There's occasional you do see like a few dozen lights, small lights as you peer out. You do see the pale green light of additional mushrooms that are like glowing. Uh, as you look out, a creature moves in front of the window. You see this kind of like eel-looking face with these long, sharp needle teeth, fur lining the back of its long neck. It just looks at you and it just barks at you in like a kind of harsh version of common. Is like, "Shut up in there! Get back!"
Do I know what that is?
Make a nature check.
I don't know what that is. Oh, actually, no, not that bad.
It is. You've definitely heard stories about this coming from up underground or from alternate planes of existence, especially with your magic training. You would suspect this to be a Neogi.
A Neogi. Oh God, I don't know what that is, but
You've
It's
seen like
delicious, like
pictures.
pasta.
Yeah, you've seen like pictures of it in a book. But
Okay. I gotta use the restroom. Do you think I can get a second?
you got a bucket in there.
All right. Fair enough. Listen, I think we might have a misunderstanding here. What is it exactly you need from us? We're just innocent
Man.
people, and you're just kidnapping us. What's the agenda here?
Kaido, it stares you down. Make a wisdom save.
Okay.
I don't think you're supposed to be the one asking the questions there, Kaido.
What's
Not
your
bad.
agenda?
It blasts you with this psychic feeling, and you're just, oh, this thing's my friend. I like it. You're very
Okay.
like, you suddenly see this not as like a captor, but someone trying to keep you safe, and it just yells at you, "Shut up in there! No more
All right,
questions."
you're absolutely right. He's on our side, Anders. He's on our side. This is good stuff. This is like a bunker, not a prison cell. Think of it as a safety net. Everybody can relax now.
The wealth is going to trickle down, guys.
Yes, it will. There will
And-
be change.
Anders speaks back. Occasionally they take, from what I've talking to people here, they take out some people they captured and they don't come back.
Interesting. I would like to. No, I'm gonna wait. Okay. How are they selecting these people that they're taking out?
I believe the largest people is what I was told.
The largest people,
Uh-huh.
like the most well endowed.
I suppose you could approach it from that angle. I would say
should
like
be next.
the people with the largest girth.
Oh,
No, that's
fuck.
no, damn it,
Ah.
Kaido. You're really gonna just misinterpret what I just said, aren't you? Let's say
Got it.
more fat or
What about
husky
troublemakers?
people.
Do they get troublemakers out of here, or
No, they just do to you, like
Okay,
what any
alright.
troublemaker is done. Like what they just did to you, they do to any troublemaker, and then they're compliant.
got it? Okay. I only have one thing up my sleeve, but I have to use it at the perfect timing.
Oh boy. Here we go.
So I think I'm just going to have to wait and make myself look like the most optimal. I'm peacocking. I need to make myself look like the most optimal next choice to be taken out of this cell for whatever they're doing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit right at the front of the door and wait for it to open. Can I hold an action?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Technically, you're using your reaction, but I'm assuming I mean, it's a little fuzzy. I would say yes, you can hold an action.
Legend has it that Kaido.
Should I do some crazy shit, or should I just chill? You know what? I'm going to have faith in my team, which I think is going to be the death of me, and I will hold my action
for 2 weeks.
until
You like
someone
that?
opens the door.
You like that Pop Team Epic bit with the cuckoo clock and the sledgehammer? Your motherfucking life ends 30 minutes from now.
All right. So, what's your plan for when the door opens?
I'm going to be right up by the door, and right when the door opens, I would like to use my weapon bond skill, call my sword back to my hand, and surprise attack.
Well, right now, because you are charmed, you are unable to actually, like, these things are your friend.
Oh, all of them? Oh, I thought it was just the one source. Oh, okay. No, in that case, I'm just sitting there and waiting and not calling the sword to my hand at this point.
All right. So, let's see. Actually, I just want to verify. Yeah. Okay. So, heading back to the rest of the party, you, I'm assuming, are traveling down this dark tunnel.
Yep.
All right. As you travel several hundred feet down this tunnel, you eventually arrive at the opening that opens into this large cavern that goes back farther than you can see and goes up probably a good 100, maybe 200 feet. You're not really sure exactly how tall, but definitely see that it is like this large, massive, like open section. As you approach, you hear being barked at you in some unknown language. Does the comprehend language actually let you understand
No.
languages said to you, or only read?
Written that I can touch.
Okay. In that regard, they just bark at you in this unknown language. You don't actually see what's barking at you. You just hear them first. They wait for a response.
Even with the dark vision?
Yeah.
Graham is gonna keep his weapons and shield up.
After a moment, they bark at you again in a different language that you also can't make out.
Y'all speak common or old common? It says it again in old common.
After a moment, they bark back at you in common. Yeah, we speak common. Come here. Come closer.
I want to insight how
Who are you? Do you want access to market? Market open for all. Neutral ground.
This is the D&D equivalent to free candy coming to my van.
Oh, they're just underground elves.
Who you?
Looking for missing
we-
people.
can
Who are
we
you?
yeah, so we can actually see them now, right?
If you approach.
Yeah. Sure.
Graham will have the others stay back, and he will approach on his own.
As
Carefully.
Graham, as you approach,
Smart guy.
these creatures that were barking at you come out. You see 8 kobolds wielding slings and spears, and then standing probably a good 10 feet from them on the other side of the opening, it's going to be 8 goblins wielding like short bows and spears.
What kind of market? What are we talking here?
Market for all. Open. Goblin cuts in. Shut. Me turn speak. Market open for all. Come in. See what have to offer. Neutral ground. Tribal alliance. The kobold looks at him. Yes. Alliance.
Did you just
so
break
they
his
don't get
neck
on
off?
well with each other.
Is that what that was?
I'm gonna insight that, but that was the vibe I picked up.
That's what I would do anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, Graham, I mean, like, you get the feeling that they're not super good friends, and this is more of an alliance of convenience.
Easy alliance.
Yeah.
Clan Stone Crusher and Clan Goblin Cave Dweller team up to make market.
What do you sell? Graham is gonna put away his weapon, but keep his shield out.
Everything that is sold at market. Go see merchants. We take cut of what we sold.
You seen any other humans down here? You see a big guy in armor. He had a silver sword.
With a scarf.
No
What I'm
asking
saying, I
questions.
think it
Go
was
to
on
market.
Texas.
Buy at market. We
All
guard.
kinds of things sold. Okay. Yep. We're gonna.
You
have to
want
buy
slaves? Go bid.
that. Yeah. See, told you.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Fireball.
It's that episode of Enterprise with the Orions.
I don't think I saw that episode.
There's only 6 stories, Ian.
That's fair.
And one of them, a member of your party, gets kidnapped by slavers.
That does
Call
seem to
back to
be
you.
an arrangement. All right. Gonna look back at the others. We going to market?
Yeah, let's go to market.
Drug. Maybe we can steal Kaido.
As you
People starts wondering what he could fit Kaido inside of.
Hank.
Yeah.
as you
Aurora.
Yeah, as you enter the market, it is vibrant. You see small groups of people going to various stalls. The market itself is being guarded by these various kobolds and goblin groups, giving each other wide berths, but are kind of standing up on little cliffs down in the street, spears at the ready. You do see different groups of people throughout, and standing at the entrance, seeing you enter, you see a small, blue-gray-skinned, white-haired kind of creature, smaller than a dwarf, taller than a gnome or a halfling. He approaches you. Ah! New to the market, huh? Hey, don't mind they're common. They're not that great, but I am. I practice it every day if I can. Looking for some help?
Name's Graham.
Name's Bodrick. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. So, could you tell us a little bit about your market?
Not my market, just a market. But yeah, I can tell you if you got a little, you got anything for dear old Bodrick here. You know, I got to pay for dinner.
You can help her out. I'm gonna give him a silver.
Oh, big spender.
Well, more to come if I like what I hear. So, tell me about this market.
You're an awfully suspicious one, aren't you? Yeah, it's a market. You can buy things here. They sell things.
Things like people, huh?
Oh yeah, slaves, definitely. Big slave auction here, I'm being told. Well, not the biggest one I've been to, but, you know.
We made it to CPAC.
Who sells the slaves? Everybody? Everybody down here?
Biggest slave sellers are the Nyogi master.
I mean, like, when you guys say market, is this a slave market specifically?
You're asking a
Do
lot
you
of
sell other
questions.
stuff? Could I buy, you know, I don't know,
Let me put it this way.
gunpowder? You guys sell gunpowder down here?
No, what? Who are you? Why are you asking me so many questions?
That's what I thought. Okay.
We just he just paid you to tell us about the market, but we're not allowed to ask questions.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, slaves like come and go, but not like
Guys,
selling
we
like
made it to
100
this
or
year's
200
CPAC.
slaves, but
If
you
I
know, they
wanted
got
to buy a bushel of apples, could I find that at this market?
what's an apple?
Right. Okay.
What kind of stuff do you sell?
Poisons, not me. Guns, not me.
Well, what
The
do you sell?
sketchiest motherfucker ever.
Knives, sell those.
So hypothetically, if someone or something was stolen from somebody else and somebody else tried to put it up for sale, what's
You guys
the
got any rules
recourse
about
there?
What's the rules about that here?
Don't steal anything, or the goblins and the kobolds will stick you good.
Suppose we got stolen from and we find our goods down here.
Were they stolen in the market?
They were stolen to bring to the market.
And that's not my problem or theirs. Why don't you just buy it back?
Is he by himself?
Yeah. Yeah, he's just standing by himself.
But like anybody else around, any
I mean, you definitely see like groups of people who are shopping or are in the process of selling something. Nobody really seems to be paying him too much attention. I mean, as you've approached, you're definitely like new people, and like some of the shopkeepers have been eyeing you, maybe trying to call you over to do some business, but I mean, don't see anybody who's like eyeballing you specifically.
So what can you tell me about these, what'd you call them, the slave guys?
Nyogi masters? Yeah, they're slavers.
I see.
They bet slaves and then they sell them or eat them.
Gotcha.
We're gonna make money to eat them.
How many of them fellas are there?
2, 3 dozen,
Uh,
hundreds. Oh, do you mean right now selling them?
yeah,
4.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Plus they're Umber Hulk slaves.
Yeah,
And they're
recommend
Chul
that.
slaves.
Definitely recommend that. All right. Well, thank you. Where do they work?
Why are you asking me so many questions, friend?
Because I paid you to.
I don't remember this.
I do.
Could we get a refund then?
No, who are you?
See,
How
Do
much
you have
for a
short-term
slave?
memory loss?
How much do the slaves cost?
A lot. What are you talking about? What are you thinking? Leave me
Well,
alone.
we need some slaves, so we're just wondering what the costs are.
Oh, well, you want some slaves? Well, I guess you got to go to the. It's a bid. It's a silent auction. They're gonna offer the Neogi Masters. There's a few groups of them. I guess you could maybe get in, try and sell something good. I know all this. I know all people coming here to do that silent bid. You got any more?
You got any more information?
Yeah. You got any gold? Diamonds?
Well, that depends. I'm not feeling too incentivized here.
Yeah,
to,
neither am I.
Share the wealth.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull out a gold coin and give it to him and say, hold it as he reaches out to him and say, yes, this is for you. Help us find these gnocchi masters. I'm feeling hungry. I could definitely go for some gnocchi.
Ooh, he takes the gold. Is it an actual gold or is it like one you made?
It's an actual gold.
Oh, okay. He takes the gold.
I don't think he was here for the counterfeit.
Oh, you guys made counterfeit gold?
Oh yeah, we did.
Purchased.
What?
Well, you
still have a
purchased
bunch.
the fool's gold, but you haven't done anything with it yet.
That's awesome. No, I'll give him some real gold.
Ah, well, look at that. Friendly cat. I think. Are you a moose? A goat?
Oh, he's taking the boat back.
I am many things, but right now just a hungry cat looking for some slaves and the
A
gnocchi.
hat. Lovely. All right. Well, yeah, I'd say go talk to the clan chiefs. Get in with the bid. I mean, right now they invited a few people in. Let's see here. You got your drow who came in to buy some slaves, which is always fun. You got your those little gray dwarves come in who are not fun, who just want to undercut the drow. You got those orcs that came in who worship or follow or whatever the shaper. They're all fun, dandy bunch. And then you got the brain in the jar.
You got the what?
The brain in the jar. He's a brain in a jar. Amazing.
I see.
I don't
How
like
about
this
you?
timeline.
What's your story?
I'm Bodrick. I'm a gentleman of the Underdark. My friends got separated from me. Well, technically they got killed, which is a very permanent form of separation. So now I'm just here in the market.
True.
Do you have an owner or are you an owner?
What are you calling me, a slave? He pulls out a knife.
Oh shit.
No, just
Neutral
ask-
ground. Unless you want to break neutrality.
That's a... You do see, like, some of the kobolds, like, stop and look at him. He's like, you raise a good point, friend. He puts the knife away.
I reckon I do.
So, what was your question?
We were looking for where the Nogis are, right? Nogis, bogies.
They're in the way back over there. And
Let's see.
actually, just for make things easier for you,
Ah, good.
Finally.
down by
Time
the
to violate
south.
the shit out of some neutrality.
So you guys are down by the south. And you do see like the river kind of meandering up.
I'm on this map.
You are, yeah.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
So, guys, a little sidebar. Now,
So hang
kind
on.
of pulls the group aside and just kind of quiet level. So, Fiffle, you think you could get these guys to break the shit out of their neutrality, and then we could go and grab Kaido and presumably the rest of the people in Scoot?
Grant, you want me to start a fight?
I reckon I do. I know. This is new to me too.
Piffle.
I like this,
disappears-
Graham.
Piffle disappears before your eyes in a twinkle.
Just
Bodrick speaks up from behind you, Graham. You're starting a fight?
are you?
Yes. No.
I'll go like, why would you want
What's
to start
your
a
what are you
fight?
doing? What are you doing
How
here?
mad they are at you just because you pulled a knife out.
Hey, we're just looking for some slaves. You're the one making this weird. I don't know
Don't be
you.
weird.
I don't know you. That's a good point. Get out of here. This is my turf.
Are there
Sorry,
some
neutral ground
random
means it ain't
kobolds
yours,
around?
neither.
Yeah. I mean, like you definitely see just probably a good. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you take a look around this whole marketplace, you probably see like at least a good 100 kobolds.
Okay. Yeah. I want to kind of like get near some passing kobolds and be like, and you know, one voice from the shadows is like, yeah, Bodrick said he's starting a fight, and then another voice from the shadows is like, he's got a knife.
Go ahead and do a deception check.
Fuck you, Bodrick.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and
Halflings reroll.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
If you want to fight them, it's fighting words.
Okay. The kobolds hear this, like Bodrick's starting to fight, and they march towards you. So Graham and the rest of the party, you would see probably a good dozen kobolds kind of marching towards you, spears at the ready.
Are they tight knit?
We're walking away.
Yeah. As they slowly back away, you also hear a impression of Bodrick saying that he hates kobolds. God, I hate kobolds.
All right. As you see, so everyone's backing away from Bodrick.
Yeah.
Bodrick just kind of pulls out his knife and uses it to kind of clean his fingernails.
Where would Bodrick be on this map?
Be like right here.
So we like, do the kobolds see that we see them approaching, or
Where are the kobolds coming from? I take it from over here.
Like right here.
Okay. Well, I'm going over here.
Okay.
As I'm walking away from it, like, I'm going to go to the market.
Yeah, let's go to the market. Let's check the dynamics. See if
As
we
you
can
leave, you
start a
just
fight.
hear Bodrick's voice. Who are you? What's your game? And then... And if you were to look back, you would see Bodrick getting stabbed repeatedly by a dozen spears.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Fuck. All right. Well, they didn't quite go according to plan. I figured Bodrick had friends, but apparently he did not.
Bodrick's been on thin ice since he
So
got
instead
here.
of a fight, I started.
Yeah.
over.
This is not his first offense. Definitely. Let's do some
We'll
shopping.
work on that again in a minute.
Check the politics of these people. Maybe there's some things we can poke at.
Okay. As you approach, like, the actual marketplace, you definitely see, like, there's numerous different creatures here. Let's see here. Yeah, you see, like, gray-skinned dwarves. Let's see here.
Grillings from Viderheim.
Yeah, definitely a lot of goblins and kobolds. You actually see some, like, strange fungus creatures. Kind of... One is manning, like, a booth, selling fungus. You see definitely some drow in the area. Some gray-skinned orcs are kind of meandering around. The dwarves and the drow and the orcs are all kind of giving each other a wide berth and are being eyed rather suspiciously by the kobolds and goblins.
So it's neutral ground, but it's shaky ass neutral ground. Good.
Yeah.
I think the only way we're getting out of this with the slaves is causing a ballroom blitz.
So I'm just like looking around to see if I can notice like any of the things, like, you know, since they're slaves. And he mentioned the kidnappers.
You've also got that hunter's mark.
I don't know if it's still on, but I guess I could. Well, yeah, can I?
How long does it last for?
Don't know
I
anymore.
think it lasts a pretty long while because you can use it for tracking. That is, I think,
hour.
not I know.
Depends. Where is it?
Like 1 hour.
Yeah, a concentration up to an hour, and unfortunately, using guidance would have covered up your concentration.
Doesn't matter. I don't have.
All right, because it's
It
concentrated.
wasn't a third level anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Alas.
It would have had to be a third level for me to have it for 24 hours.
All right, so
Lucy wants some fungus. He's gonna ask about some fungus prices.
You see. Okay, so you approach one of the fungus creatures.
Sure.
It just kind of like talks to you in like a kind of weird language that you're not able to really comprehend.
The language of mushrooms.
It
I'm just talking to the spiders. And
Tell me the name of God, you fungal piece of shit.
seeing that you don't understand, it switches to another language, and then to another, and then it starts speaking in common. Hello, friend. Would you like to purchase my wares?
Yeah, just wondering what kind of wares you have. Well, what are the uses of your fungi? Because I'm a pretty fun guy myself.
Oh God.
That's a funny pun, friend. These funguses can be done for anything. You can eat them. You can brew them in a potion. You can use them for light sometimes. You can put them on wounds to help. I think I said you can eat them.
Piffle pops up next to Lucian. What happens when you eat them?
All sorts of fun things, friend. They can fill your stomach if you're hungry. They can make you see things. They can
What if
Kill
you're
you.
already
This guy's had one too many mushrooms.
He is a mushroom.
Oh, well, there you go. You are what you eat, I guess.
Nice. Yeah, that all sounds great. Do you have a price list here? What are we talking about? What are you guys dealing? I got some rocks and sticks here for you. You guys like that stuff?
No. Do you have any gold or anything for trade?
Yeah, sure. Maybe we got stuff to trade. What do you guys? Just let's talk gold. I mean, what do you take for gold for these things? Like that light mushroom or some mushrooms that make you see stuff.
Oh, the mushrooms that make you see stuff. I'll give you I'll give you a bag of mushrooms. That's 3 good sized mushrooms for a gold.
Oh God.
Definitely. I will take like 3 of those.
Oh, you want 3 bags? I can give you
3
3
bags.
bags.
Hell
He
yeah.
hands you 3 bags
3
of
bags, little man.
mushrooms.
Put that shit in my hand.
That money doesn't show that you owe me. About jungle love.
3 bags.
All right, so they're blending in.
Puts
I
out
was
his.
like, I don't know why I'm surprised by this.
Well,
Do
he's
you
still.
do you give him the money, Lucian?
Yeah. 3 gold for 9 hallucinogenic mushrooms? Absolutely.
So, while he does that, can I look around to see if I see anything like a holding area? Since obviously they're bringing stuff out, the slaves.
I mean, you see like a area sort of what you suspect to be north with some squat stone buildings. Outside is a single chul and a couple of umber hulks.
Ah.
So Piffle also wants mushrooms, and he puts down on the counter 4 bottles of spoiled wine, and says, "What do you give me for these?"
Nice.
The fungus creature takes the bottle of wine, kind of like pops it open. I feel like you should be paying me to take this.
Actually,
Hey man,
biologically speaking,
I don't know what
fungi
fungus
should love
people
it.
are into. Are you sure I can pay you? How many mushrooms?
Spoiled wine has a lot of yeast in it, and fungus has
Yeah,
less yeast.
you can use this. I'm almost positive.
Not bad.
But these are fungus creatures, so I don't know.
So
I'll give you 3 silver for the 3 bottles.
Wow.
I was trying to trade.
Oh. I'll give you 3 mushrooms for the 3 bottles.
Deal.
These mushrooms will help you calm down if you're feeling upset.
What? Sick.
It's Clonopin.
Okay, we're gonna replace the old bad wine with chill mushrooms of chill.
Old bad wine. While this is happening, can Graham kind of size up the various groups and factions and see which ones are kind of like if any of them have their weapon, like their hands on their weapons, or they're like they look like they're ready for shit to happen or to start shit.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, do I guess this would
Insight?
be an insight roll, yep.
Damn.
I mean, you're just having a hard time. Like, a lot of them look very stone-faced. Most of them don't actually have, like, their weapons drawn. But they do have their weapons at their side. The goblin and kobold presence is heaviest around the various groups. I mean, it's really hard to also get a read on a brain in a jar. Although you do see him, the brain in a jar is actually connected to this large construct that appears to be like this four-legged, like spider-esque, like brass body that is kind of just twisting and turning around.
That's a friend. That guy's definitely a friend. Okay. What about that glowing mushroom?
Can I see this tool?
Yeah, you'd be able to see it from there.
Can I tell if that's the one that kidnapped Kaido due to like any wounds on it?
I don't know if that one actually got hurt, if at all, but you could definitely
It
do
did
a
because the guy got hit by the fireball.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's true. Go ahead and make a perception check.
You can certainly try.
Dude, 114 episodes. I've watched 500 hours of D&D.
That's nuts. That's fucking nuts.
And I cried like a grown-ass man who's okay with his emotions.
Nice.
Yeah, Otto, that is
One.
not the same Chul.
What'd
You
you
do
say,
not
Matt?
see the damaged Chul.
Which grown man is okay with his emotions were you? Because it wasn't you.
It was me and Kaido. We are the same.
My God.
Oh, fuck.
As you're like working through the market, you do see like plenty of other like market people attempting to call you over. One person is selling potions, trying to call you over. Another person with like weapons. Another person has like fine dinner plates. Another person is selling like metal wares. Appears to be some sort of a blacksmith.
Wait, I want that lighted.
Do any of those weapons
fungus.
or metal look legitimate and like any like it's passing by? Can we tell?
I mean, looking at it, they look like, weapons and metal.
High quality.
I mean, probably the
Do any
same
of them
quality
happen
you'd
to look
expect from like your
silver
sword.
weapons that we recognize?
Yeah, we're gonna find Kaido's shit in this market.
Oh my fucking god, I will rage.
No, I want this light mushroom.
I want my Trihorn back right now.
Light mushroom. I will give you that light mushroom for 1 silver. Now remember, when you pluck them, that's when they stop working, so you got a few hours before it goes, but if you plant it in dirt, it'll be okay. We could sell you a nice pot of dirt for the mushroom. That's a nice, fun pot.
You don't have the spores for it, so I could, bring them home and farm them.
Oh, they don't work up ground.
They don't work.
Turns out when you go up on the surface and you glow, things can find you good and eat you.
So you would sell me the mushroom with the pot and the dirt for it to live, but if I bring it above ground, it will die?
Something will eat it.
I mean, if they eat it, it'll die.
Oh, okay.
But if you just put it in like your window, it'll be okay, unless something eats it.
Cool. Yeah, let's get a handful of these mushrooms. 1 silver for mushroom. How many do you have?
I got like 10 of them. You want
Okay.
10 pots of mushroom?
Can I fit them in like one pot or not so much? They're already pretty
I would
bad.
put them in 1 pot each. They're
1 pot
bigger.
each. Could I spore more mushrooms from 1 mushroom? Just like a What's it
It's
called?
what they do. You could give
Asexual
it the old college try there, friend.
Old school attempt.
There you
But it's not likely up on the surface if that's where you're gonna take them. You strike me as the kind of guy who comes from the above. You look like you got a bit of the old sunlight on you, buddy.
Jesus, this guy's
We do.
racist.
We do. I'm gonna give him 2 silver for the 1 mushroom and pot because I don't have that much room for that many pots.
Oh, thank you, friend. You're a nice guy.
Ask him what the deal is with the drow and the orcs and if they get along. It seems
No,
like
they don't. When they come and buy mushrooms or anything around here, the kobolds and the goblins keep them at arm's length. The drow don't like those orky fellas. The orky fellas don't like those dwarvy fellas. The dwarvy fellas don't like the drowy fellas. And I don't really know if anybody likes the brain. He's really loud.
Who's the strongest? Who runs these markets? Who's the
The
top dog?
goblins and the kobolds run these markets, and they make sure that everybody keeps the peace.
Do things ever like get out of hand or anything?
Yeah, I heard there's this guy named Bodrick, and he started a fight, so they stabbed him to death.
No,
Word gets
but I
around quick.
mean between the drow and the orcs and the
Oh, I mean, maybe. Not when I've been here, but I've only been representing my clan here for a little while. Oh, if you're ever in our neck of the mushroom, you should come by and take a look at what we got down there. We're a friendly bunch.
Seems like it.
We
I kind of
got
want to go
our,
hang out with mushroom people and say
Yeah, they seem cool. These guys seem all right.
yeah, isn't it cool?
we got our clan leader keeping us safe. He's the biggest of us all.
So this is a pretty safe market. There's no fights ever going down or anything like that.
Not unless you want to get stabbed to death.
That happens. Does that happen a lot?
Every once in a while, from what I've been told, but I've only been here a little while. Our clan chief sent me up because the last guy got stabbed to death.
Damn. Okay, well, you take care of yourself, bud.
Thanks. But come on by and visit us sometime. Our clan chief is going to be happy to meet you. His name is Big Fungus.
What?
Hey, big fungus, big fungus.
I had a friend named Big Chungus. What?
Oh,
Where can we?
are they
find him?
related?
Maybe.
Probably.
Could be.
I think it's more likely they are than not.
What? Where is Big Fungus? Where can we?
Oh, he's down in the old Underdark some more. We keep
could be a
to
good ally.
ourselves, try not to get eaten. It's kind of tough. Going to the market's pretty good, because the goblins and the kobolds will stab you to death if you do anything that they don't like.
But they don't mess with you guys. You guys are you guys strong? Are you guys is like a big colony?
We're big enough, sorta. I mean, people come in and try and eat us.
Hey, what do you guys like to eat? Pipes up Piffle.
Oh, I get like nutrients from the dirt, and I eat other not talking mushrooms and little bugs that come around. We're not, that excited about causing any trouble.
Wow, you guys are pretty chill.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a question for you. If somebody at the market knows their stuff was stolen by somebody else at the market to sell, do the kobolds and the goblins take care of that?
You can't steal nothing in the market and then sell it in the market. You gotta steal from outside the market and sell it in the market, or you gotta steal from in the market and sell it outside the market.
Let's see.
Are you thinking about stealing in the
Nah, we've
market?
been stolen from.
Oh, well then it's probably not in the market, unless it is.
The options.
Fucking great.
How can I? You guys, man, you're the talkiest bunch. I don't have people talk to me this much. It's pretty good. Most people just tell me to piss off and sell my mushroom fungus somewhere else.
Well, that's awfully rude.
Yeah, you got great stuff, man.
Yes.
You've
But
been very
that's
kind.
okay.
Well, thank you. I'm good if anybody else needs anything. You say you got some herbs for potion making. I mean, that might be interesting, but
Man, you can put them in and boil them and make a nice tea. I don't know what else they do. Maybe you could use it to make a potion of healing or something else, or water breathing, or something else, or seeing in the dark, or something else.
Interesting.
What?
So they're basically spell component materials for crafting?
Perhaps. I don't really know.
Well, not my area of expertise myself. Well, thank you.
No, you're welcome. Come back if you have any more mushroom needs. We got all the mushrooms you could ever want, unless we don't.
real fake mushrooms. All right, let's hit up another shop. Let's do some shopping.
It may not be
We
a
are
bad idea to
market.
try to ingratiate ourselves by doing small shopping. So if
Yeah.
we do start a shitstorm, they're less inclined to go after us.
I mean, it is an underground market full of underground things. Let's go buy some poison. Piffle starts looking around for a poison vendor.
Make an
they're probably
investigation check, Piffle.
prices good.
Gonna buy some poison.
While the gang is
Put it on
shopping,
some
I'm
arrows.
in the
I will
background
assist.
just trying to like scope out things.
I will definitely assist with my herbology book of
Okay.
poison.
Yeah, then Piffle, if Lucian's helping you, you can roll again.
Sweet, because I'm bad at finding stuff. Or thinking, or coming up with things.
Well, okay, so you definitely find some people selling poison. You see a drow man at a shop. He has two of his drow friends behind him. He's like, ah, you look like a man with discerning tastes.
This looks like they sell poison. I'll be over
This
here.
is the perfect dose.
Oh, we don't need names here for what we sell. We just sell things, you know.
Oh, I
But
see. Unlabeled things, huh?
yeah, oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't drink them, but I could certainly see you putting them in food or on your weapon or something. Yeah, you're the kind of discerning gentleman who wants a high quality product, and that's what we have here.
I definitely am highly discerning and enjoy high quality. And I like to put strange smelling goo on my arrows for aesthetic reasons, of course.
Well, we have all sorts of stuff here, friend. So what kind of poison are you looking for?
The kind that kills your enemies, dead,
All right. Well, I got a few
on
ones.
content.
This poison violates causality and kills them, but once you've decided to do so.
Yeah, right.
This poison here, put it on your blade, put it in someone's food. You cut them, or you have them ingest it, or whatever, however you get it to them.
And then,
And nothing happens
Oh.
until midnight,
woo,
and then they
And then-
drop dead.
That's a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
How much for that one?
1,500 gold.
Cool, cool. And how about this one over here?
Oh yeah. Okay. So
Wanna
this
get a
one.
different color bottle.
All right. So this one's pretty good. Not as expensive, but it's definitely gonna help you out. So you give somebody a bit of this, and if they're not strong enough, their body's not good enough for it, then they get poisoned or even fall unconscious for a whole hour. We specifically call it drow poison because we make it, not because it's used on us. Almost, well, technically, I guess it is. It's very popular in between, like, you know, house wars and the like.
You said it makes them sleepy?
Well, it can knock them unconscious or cause them to, you know, get poisoned.
I get poisoned.
You know, like if your body's
have
not strong enough
Pompier,
to like filter out the poison
Uh-huh.
and it gets in there, it's gonna cause you to get real sick. And if it really messes you up, you're not only gonna get sick, you're gonna go unconscious for the whole hour. And then once you're unconscious, most people slit your throat.
Interesting, interesting. Do you have to eat it?
Oh no, you can put this thing, put in the food, so you could eat it. Put in drinks to drink it. You could even put it on swords or arrows.
Suppository it. If you
Boof
so
it.
inclined.
Does it come in a suppository?
You can boof it.
That's an excellent question.
I don't think I would recommend it. I suppose it could be done, but it might be a little difficult to manage that one.
Right.
Not that I'm an expert on actually, you know, getting it up in there. I
Piffle's,
just brew the thing.
Piffle's going to use his halfling stealth to place a suppository in various monsters. Knock, knock. But
This reminds me of the
1,000 years of
60 escape
pain.
artist check
Oh
from
my
3.5.
god.
All
That's
right,
awesome.
this
how much
one,
is this one?
You're gonna want to pay 200 for that. 200 gold. However, I got some other stuff for you. We also got some stuff where if you drink it, then you get poisoned for 24 hours, and you're gonna take a lot of, you know, it's gonna eat away at you on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
That one's only 150, which might be maybe a little bit more in your neck of the woods. But once again, this one's only good by ingestion. So put it in food, put it in drink. Hard to tell though once it's in there. Not impossible, but reliable enough.
So this is neutral ground, right? And it would be absolutely unconscionable to breach that agreement. But suppose you got a bit of a friendly rivalry with, say, some prominent slavers in this area, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And suppose those slavers, purely hypothetically, mind you, have some kind of weird mental control over critters, and I guess Graham wouldn't necessarily know other things, but he knows they can control things.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's an interesting thought. And I'm well capable of handling hypotheticals if one were to hypothetically purchase something from me. Hypothetically, of course.
Hypothetically, right.
I'd like to hypothetically purchase the drow poison
Ah, of course. He
with these real gold coins. What do you say for that? Two something?
200. 200 gold.
Here is 200 gold.
Yep. Now you just put this on an arrow, or you put on a knife.
Echo, stop.
You give it a good stab, and if they don't pass no, their body's not strong enough, they'll definitely do enough damage. I think you'll get a real benefit out of this, friend. I'll tell you what, if you like it so much, why don't you come back and I can get you some more. I often keep the poison testers busy.
The who?
You know, people, they taste food for nobles and see if it's poisoned.
Oh.
It's a good job up until your more permanent retirement.
So,
Yeah.
hypothetically, going back to my hypothetical, now that we're friendly paying customers.
Of course.
Now, suppose this rivalry were to erupt into problems. Not here, of course, but somewhere.
Oh yeah, somewhere
How
down
would
along the way.
what kind of things do you have to watch out for in those rivals?
Well, I would
What
say
would you do about them?
a lot. Now, I mean, if I were to handle a rival here, I suppose I would just put something into his food that would make him not, among the this mortal coil anymore. As for you, though, if you're asking, well, I mean, you have my exiled drow brethren who are attempting some little coup here. You're having the, let's see, Draugr?
Draugr, yeah. Or no, Durgar?
Durgar, thank you.
Wergar, whatever.
The Durgar here are attempting to hurt the drow in any way. Not good customers for me, but you have the Grey Orcs. He just kind of points behind him, who work for somebody called the Shaper. And then you got the Brain, who is loud and calls himself Zaf Feller. But
Holy shit. I remember that name. That was our Orwellian science guy who left all the records for us, right?
Yeah.
Damn, okay. Well, we're going to have to meet with him before we're done. How about those slavery fellas? What's
they're
their deal?
the Neogi. Come here once in a while with their slaves. They got a good batch of 24. Not the most I've ever seen, but good enough for this purpose. I mean, nothing quite like down in the actual drow cities where you can sell 200-300 slaves at a time, maybe even more. But up here where you get the various people together in safe territory, you can typically get a good bit. My understanding is it's a silent bid. So they're going to bid to the Neogi, and whatever group offers the thing they like the most, they're going to get the slaves.
The Neogi have any enemies?
Try everyone.
Okay.
But they also have trade partners. I don't know if they have a world of difference in their point of view.
So I'd like to take Graham aside, and so one idea I have is I have these 3 pounds of fool's gold here. So perhaps we could wait for some transactions to happen, and then replace, what the merchant has received with the fool's gold, and then they'll grow angry with their customers. And if we do this crossways across some of these groups, on the other hand, I could get caught stealing their gold and replacing it with fool's gold, and then I would die. Anyway, Graham, let me know what you think.
Now, remember, this gold actually hasn't been smelted into, like, coin form yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's just a pile of gold. That wouldn't really work. I should definitely get it smelted down into coins so as to implement this plan in the future, because it's a pretty good plan.
So,
But yeah, I won't really.
what I want to know is maybe if there's a little business competition with the Drow, if they might be able to tell us what the Nyogi are capable of.
I mean, you could ask.
And I don't. What is a Nyogi anyway?
I mean, it's
Make a nature check.
I can help.
Yeah.
Please, do you want to make it?
I can.
If Ian's okay with that.
Go ahead. I'm sure Fern would probably Fern would have heard this definitely.
Nature.
Yeah, so Fern, you definitely have heard of the Yogi. You've never really seen one. You know them to be like these kind of spider, eel type creatures. Very intelligent. They are slavers, and they are both psychic, and really they don't interact super hot with people because they just go around and enslave them using their psychic powers as best they can. But they also are intelligent enough to know how to do trade deals and to get a good deal out of it. But yeah.
Do we know what kind of creatures they are, like type wise? Are they like a naturally occurring being? Or
With that 22, you would know they're aberrations.
All right. Does that help? Yes, it would technically, but I would need 10 minutes. Damn. Okay. Once again, that spell just kind of sucks. Do you think we could maybe? I'm still aside with Fiffle. You think maybe we could convince the Drow to selectively violate some neutrality for the right price?
He did say they were trying to take over.
That's true. Maybe we could convince everybody that now is the time to strike all at once if they're all getting ready to try to stage a coup.
I like that, actually. Let's attempt to go to their leadership. Perhaps we need to split up, which is tough. We should go to the leaders of the different groups and convince them that the other groups are going to attack them imminently. And then we can grab Kaido and cheese it.
Well,
Laugh and laugh.
We've also got those other slaves, which is the hard part.
What about them?
We gotta rescue them.
Why?
Because we gotta.
By rescue, you mean open the doors and run away?
No.
What do you mean exactly?
Get them out.
So remember the town we came from with the undead and the whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need them back for them. And to
What do they
prevent
need slaves for?
a lot of stuff.
What? You're losing me, Graham.
Don't worry about it. Graham takes a sip of his whiskey.
All right. Well, I mean, that makes the plan a lot more complicated.
I know.
Rescuing one slave is in chaos is relatively straightforward. Rescuing 24 slaves is another story. Are you saying they're from the town? Did they kidnap the people from the town and now they're slaves?
Yeah, remember how people have been going missing? And they thought it
Oh.
was the guy in the manor, but it wasn't the guy in the manor?
What if we just let the guy in the manor know about the slaves? At less personal risk to ourselves.
We're a good ways away from that by now, though, aren't we?
That's true. We are deep under the ground. But I do encourage you to think about the logistics of this, Graham. Escaping with 24 potentially brainwashed slaves through the underground caverns, which are infested with lobstrosities, other such things, it might not work. That's all I'm saying.
Let's see. Well, why don't we continue window shopping and find out more about the silent auction? Why don't we go speak to the brain in the jar? We kind of know him.
Yeah, he
we
seems
said
like
no.
a brain in a jar. He might know some stuff. Go talk to him.
Okay.
Well, what do the rest of y'all think?
I would like to, if we're gonna go see Brain in the Jar, go north and then west toward him to get a look at the north building with the Chul over there, if it's possible.
Okay.
I mean, if it's okay with the rest of the group.
Sure.
All right. So you travel north and then up that staircase to the west?
Right here and then head this way, I guess.
Okay. I mean, so you pass by various
There's
other.
shops or whatever there.
I'm sorry?
I'm assuming there's like people there besides these things.
They've been sort of cleared away from that road. You see
Mhm.
the occasional, like, group of kobolds and goblins pass up that way. But as for various shoppers, no, they're being kind of kept away from that spot.
Hmm. What about if we went around like through here and then to the left, where I'm at now?
I mean, yeah, if you want to go, like, kind of south
Yeah.
and then, or, like, southwest then north,
Yeah.
then yeah, you could go up that way without too much trouble. I mean, you pass by the area. It looks like a sort of tavern almost, where these orcs have pushed away everybody who is actually there. You do see a few customers kind of in the corner, but the orcs have centered in the actual middle. Among the orcs, you see it is a troll, large and swollen. Its eyes are milky, and it does not appear to be, like, moving too much. It's breathing, but it doesn't look like anything's behind its eyes.
He's swole.
Not muscular, like, he
I
looks
know.
tumorous. You also, if you're going there and looking in, you do see a small kind of storage area that also has numerous different sections of, like, you look like we're, like, kind of pits where things would either be sold, but also be sold from, and the various drow there have kind of taken up shop in that area. You kind of see them huddled together, whispering among themselves. Passing by up to the north, though, yeah, you definitely see these Umber Hulks who are flanking the entrance to this one building. Here's some skittering from within, as well as the Chul who is stood right in front of this other building.
What's up this way? Like through there? Like off the map?
That is looks to be an exit from the actual marketplace.
Okay.
Passing by, you see people who are attempting to sell fish. Some people are selling armor. Numerous people are just selling various different kind of like knickknacks and, like, souvenirs. Some people are selling gems. Some people are selling things like, you get the idea, it's almost like property in the Underdark.
Okay. They wanted to go talk to Brain, right?
Zaffler? Yeah, let's definitely go talk to Zaffler. Why not?
No, because I'm up here. I'm just. Why doesn't Fiffle just throw his grenade into that house? Like, hopefully.
I mean, we can save that for when the shit hits the fan if we're going to try to do the jailbreak, but that's a tall order as of right now.
Well, you know, if you want me to throw grenades places.
You mean the grenade that reverses lycanthropy? Maybe we should keep that.
But yeah, Kaido, actually, go ahead and
Yes,
make
sir.
a perception check as you're sitting by the door.
Ooh-wee. Okay. A perception. Am I good at that? I don't see
Probably
shit.
not. Kaido, you hear some people, like, moving around outside, but you're not sure who it is.
Okay.
Anders
Alright.
is next to you. He's like, Kaido, do you have a plan to get out of here, or are we just going to wait to get...
Listen, do you know where they put our shit? Do you know where they put our stuff? Did you come in here with any weapons and they took it from you? Do you remember where they might have dropped those things off?
No, Kaido. Last I remember, I was walking down towards the town,
Okay.
and then I felt very confused. And when I came to, I was in this building, and my armor and my sword was gone.
Okay. All right. So no. Okay.
Kaido, the other thing is, if one of those things told you to do something, would you do it?
If one of those things told me to do something, would I do it?
Yeah, one of the things that captured us. I saw it do something to you.
Yeah. I'm a little susceptible to brain stuff, to be honest with you.
All right,
It's
hold
happened a
on,
good amount of
Kaido.
times.
I want you to, Kaido.
Yes.
I want you to look at the wall. He's going to point to the back wall there.
Hey!
I want you to look at that
Okay.
wall.
All right, I'm looking at it.
He's going to slap you in the back of the head.
Jesus
gonna
Christ, I don't have
do-
that much HP.
He's going to do 1 damage of bludgeoning. Go ahead and make your wisdom save again.
Oh, dude, he might as well just smack me 36 times.
You find yourself
Even deeper
more-
into the charm.
I like him even more now. You're mean to me.
Guards, he just hit me.
Did he scream like "ow"?
Or did he scream for the guards and we heard him?
what does Kaido do? He slaps you in the
Well,
back
I
of
don't
the
know.
head.
How did I fall deeper into it? What does a 1 get me? What does a critical failure get
No,
me?
you rolled a 2.
Yeah.
-1.
Well, nothing, because there's no deeper charm.
Okay.
You simply aren't broken out of its spell.
I'm going to just rub my head, look back at Anders and say, dude, what the fuck was that for?
It's a thing we found out that if we hurt the person who's been, taken over by him, we can possibly shake him out.
Take her over by what are you talking about? They're trying to keep us safe in here. There's a war going on outside, okay?
Second smack.
Yeah, why not? He slaps you again. 1 more
God damn it.
bludgeoning damage.
We're going to be here for 36 fucking rolls. I'm telling you right now.
Can make
because
another
I mean,
I
wisdom
have
it'll
save.
cause enough
minus-
of a stir that maybe they'll come and yell at you some more.
Come on.
Nope.
It's like, yeah, better.
Well,
I swear to God, hit me one more
you're your
time,
new slave
and I'll
master,
fucking
Kaido.
smack you back. They are nicer to me than you are. Why should I believe you? They haven't hit me once. You've hit me twice already. The next time he does it, I'm gonna fucking call my sword to my side. I'm getting abused now, Anders. I don't know you that well.
That's true. You don't really. Hold on.
No.
Alright, Kaido,
Yes.
I want you to know
Uh-huh.
this isn't personal.
Okay. What's that?
Me hitting you.
You
I want you to know
motherfucker.
this. I'm doing this for your own good, Kaido.
You sound just like my father.
Damn.
That's technically true, yes.
Yes. Is he smacking me again? Is that what's happening?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
Kaido, are you actually going to summon your sword back? Because I swear if you do that, they're going to come in and kill you.
Oh. Then I'm probably not going to.
You're not going to? Do you promise you're not going to do that, Kaido?
I'm not
'Cause
going to, but just don't hit me
he
again.
slaps
I
you
don't
one more
understand.
time.
Oh my god, you motherfucker, Anders.
Make another wisdom save and remove 1 more point of damage.
Yep.
He's slapping you with love, Kaido.
Okay, Kaido, you
Smacks
actually
above.
do shake out of it this time.
Oh my god, Anders. Jesus, thank you so much. No matter what I say the next time, if I get charmed, you keep smacking me. No matter what threats I give you, if I threaten your family, everything like that, just ignore it and keep hitting me, all right? Never listen to charm
Graham
Kaido.
wishes this
Never.
could be him.
You guys remember the first episode of Rick and Morty when Morty
Is
walks
this like
in?
enough noise where they're gonna yell at him to shut up again?
Is this real, Morty? Is this fucking real? That's exactly what I'm doing right now. to
Simulation.
Anders. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, I love you, Anders. Thank you so much. Okay.
We need a way out of here. There is
Yes.
a door.
Okay, you've been here for a few hours before me. You're telling me you came up with nothing.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
great,
There is
great.
a door
Awesome, Anders.
outside with a thing guarding it.
Okay.
There's some windows. If we were maybe the size of a rat, we could slip through.
Great. Helps us out. None at all, unless you have polymorph in your pocket.
I do not know. That is
great.
not one of my abilities. And if I did, I wouldn't be here.
Nice. So we're just listing problems with no solutions. Got it. Okay. So, well, if we tell this thing that we're hungry, right, he comes in here to feed us, doesn't he?
No, he comes in once a day, although it is
Once a day.
getting close to food time.
It is close to food time. Okay.
Now, here's the other thing. Now that you're not charmed by them, I actually
Yes.
do think you summoning your sword is possibly a good idea.
Yes, but we need to get him in here before I just randomly summon a sword in an empty room.
Yeah. Problem 2, none of us
Uh-huh.
have armor, so if they attack back, we are probably going to be in a little bit of trouble.
Right. Well, I have one good news in your list of cons.
Yeah.
I have 6 friends out there, tried and true friends, that I have full confidence in that they're looking for us right now. Pan to them in a market, having a shopping spree. I know they're tirelessly working, and they're doing everything in their power to come get me.
Like, cuts to Fern and a goblin tailor. Like, is this
Are
coming
you-
mode?
Yeah. One of them is hallucinating on mushrooms and shit. God damn it.
Yeah, Fern was a goblin.
I'm
Just
the
like,
only
would you
one
care
trying to
for
get
some?
them to not shop.
Would you care for some fine goblin clothing straight from the goblin clans?
Kaido
I
can't
have
say that in
goblin
trust.
hat for not goblin head. Bunny got goblin.
I would like to try on the goblin hat.
It is
What?
a red semi-peaked hat. The tip of it, though, flops over a little bit.
Cool.
What do the clothes look like?
They're not tattered or anything, but they are definitely rough, rough spun. The dye appears to be more based on like something earthen. So you see like kind of earthen colors, things that might be achieved through maybe fish oil or through mushroom. So they're more muted and not really bright.
How much for the hat?
I will give this to you for 3 silver. Not goblin. Or maybe goblin? Not goblin.
Not goblin, no. But here's 3 silver.
Ah, thank you. And take goblin hat for not goblin head. Enjoy.
How much for
I
a
immediately begin
ish-
enjoying the hat.
shirt?
Hey, shirt. 3 silver.
You have a blue one?
Yes. It's a very like patchy, muted, like it's like wool-like. You're not sure the animal it came from, but it is. Yeah, it's kind of rough. It is this kind of like black blue that is not dyed like completely uniform, so it's kind of patchy here or there.
Mhm.
It's less of a shirt and more of a poncho.
A poncho. Okay. Okay, I will buy this poncho. Can I try to speak to this goblin in Goblin?
Yes. You speak to him
Okay.
and you speak Goblin. That's good to hear. I am not great with common, but it's very nice being able to speak to someone who speaks Goblin. It's actually quite rare occurrence unless I'm speaking to the various Goblin clans, of course, which makes me working in this market quite good because of the one half of the owners being a Goblin clan. That being said, their clan and my clan are not friends, but they at least maintain the neutral ground, making it very useful to be here.
Cool.
Your goblin's very good. Where did you pick up this? Where did you pick it up?
Oh, I have a cousin that married a goblin.
Oh, really? A goblin and a rabbit marrying. I must say, quite open-minded of them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, if there's anything else I can help you with, please let me know. I'm quite willing to assist anyone, especially someone who's willing to go out of their way to learn goblin.
Can I just ask him anything specific about the market that we don't know yet? I guess.
Oh, yes, what would you like to know? I'll be happy to assist you as best I can.
I don't know.
You just hear, like, Fern and this goblin just chattering in this, like, guttural language.
I'll ask everyone else. Like, is there anything else that we need to know about this place, or?
Ask him more about the slavers. Any info we can get from any perspective. It sounds like nobody likes them.
Okay, yeah, I'll ask him about the slavers specifically.
Oh yes, they're quite interesting folks. They have no need. Well, they don't strictly like my clothing. They say it's too dark. They're very much interested in very bright colors, I've noticed. And unfortunately, I don't quite have access to those dyes to be able to achieve such an effect. But I'm sure if I could, I would be willing to sell to them, or they'd be willing to purchase from me. If you're interested in them specifically, I don't like or trust them. They always seem to look at you like you're a piece of meat.
Yeah, it's not fun.
But I like colorful stuff. Do we have anything colorful that we could put up as an auction prize? Or auction bid?
Aurora.
I mean,
Oh
Aurora.
my god, we could!
Right, oh god.
We could use Aurora as bait to win the auction.
I have a plan with Anders when we cut back to. I finally
All right.
thought of something.
You cut. Okay. Is anybody else want to talk to this goblin or ask him anything?
Anything else from the goblin?
No, but knowing about the colors thing is actually pretty useful.
Yeah.
I'm keeping the hat.
Oh. He speaks back to you in common. Yes, that goblin. Enjoy hat. It good.
Yes, I'm keeping it and not using it for any plans or schemes. It's going on my head.
Not scheme's good. Yes, yes. Or scheme's good. Yes, yes. Depending on
Schemes are
scheme
good.
and not scheme.
Yes.
What?
I'll thank
Me
him for the
and this
shirt.
goblin, we're on the same page. I like this guy.
He turns back to you, Fern. Dupe, please enjoy this shirt. I actually did work quite hard on that. It's very fine clothing if you once you get used to it.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, it looks very nice.
He's a very educated goblin in his own language.
Yeah, he speaks Goblin perfectly. His common's a little more rough. So we're gonna cut back to Kaido and Anders.
Okay. I'm gonna be. I'd like to inspect the group of 24 people or a dozen people that are in this room.
It's 24, yeah.
24 people.
So 26 total with you and Anders.
Got it. I want to see if they are they look physically capable to hold their own. Do I have like a majority of people that look like they're built enough to maybe,
The majority of them appear to be farmers.
Okay.
So you would say probably like 16 of them are farmers.
Okay.
There are a couple of people who might have been maybe part of the militia.
Okay.
But you see shepherds and you see the one merchant who is a little
and there
bit...
is nothing in this room like table legs, chairs, nothing that we could use as like impromptu weaponry.
With the I know in the actual map it looks like there's furniture in there, but no, every piece of furniture has been stripped out of this room.
Okay.
Except for the carpet on the ground, of course. They left that.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper at Anders and I'm gonna tell him, hey, listen, I'm gonna need your help, but I think I can get us out of here.
All right.
And if we've been here for a while, my friends are either close or they must have tracked this guy. They would have never abandoned me. I think they're close by. They must be. But I can get us out of here. We're gonna have to kind of rally up everybody and try to see. I can break down this door, and then after that, we're gonna have to try to scramble out. And I need to get my stuff. So I don't know if you're gonna stick with me or if you're gonna lead the guys out of here. But I can at least get us through this door. I'm pretty confident in that.
All right. Well, I can definitely stand with you and push, make a safe route for the people.
Okay.
Now, here's what we don't know though: is anybody going to try and stop us once we get out? Like, we don't know who's there or how many. I
will try to play. I don't have my armor or anything, but I'll try to play a little bit of defense, so most of you guys can get out, and then I'm just going to have to assess the situation after we get out. I don't know. So far, I've only seen one guy guarding the door, and I can probably do something about him until I can delay him so you guys can get out. And then after that, I'll have to figure it out.
Okay. Well, that's good. You're very brave, I got to tell you, and I definitely would stand with you. So I'll tell you what. We'll push open the door.
Okay.
We will defend everyone as they get out. I will stand with you as long as we can. Once we've ensured that they got a good head start, we'll head back with them and we'll guide them to the surface.
Right.
We won't leave anyone behind.
I like the way you are, Anders. All right. So I'll clasp my hand with his, give him a nod, and try to usher everybody to the north side of the room as far away from the door as possible.
Okay.
I will go I will usher my sword to my side. So I will bonus action ask it to come to my hand.
Okay.
Weapon bond it. Unfortunately, it does not appear without the scarf, and that's very saddening to me. I will press my back right onto the door, and I will cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. What's the range on Thunderwave?
It is a 15-foot cube around me.
Okay.
You're gonna turn them all into goo.
Well, I read the number of.
If they all press against the back wall,
Right.
you should be okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I ushered them all the way up to the north, away from the door. And I'm going to press myself right against the door and Thunder Wave. Boop.
Just so you know, I'm over here and I'm like.
I don't know.
Okay, 5 damage,
And I could
DC
put
14
thunder-
to do what exactly?
Boop.
Okay, so let's see here. On a failed save, a creature takes. Okay, so it's 5 damage to the door. 2d8. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't know if a door
Yeah,
can
one
do
and
that.
1 and a 4. Okay. So you. Loud clasp of thunder emanates, and the door rattles, and like some of the wood kind of breaks apart. And the door itself doesn't open. It is damaged, though. And you hear this chittering outside.
It made a loud ass noise, though, right?
Yeah, no, like
Okay,
absolutely
cool.
tremendously loud.
Okay. So then I would like to, if the Chul's not going to do anything, I would like to follow up with an attack with my greatsword on the door.
Okay, go ahead. Make a attack roll. It's a door. It's got a low like AC to like hit it, but it's a thick door to see actually. Okay, so a 23 to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. All right, 11 slashing damage. You actually are able to like start chopping into the door, and the iron bars are keeping it held together pretty well, but it's the wood is getting broken down. With that, you hear the actual doors like start to unlatch, and the Chul will push its way in.
I get 2 attacks per action. Do you think I would be fast enough to do one more in that time frame, or
Yeah.
just one more attack to the door, I guess, or
Yep.
whatever's coming through? Oh.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead, roll damage. Okay. The door is very nearly been reduced to splinters. It is barely holding up as you have chopped through it. So there really isn't a ton to unlatch, but the Chul does kind of push open the door and come inside, and it sees you with the sword, and it's going to make a pincer attack against you. Now, I believe without armor, it's 10 plus your dex modifier.
Yeah, my armor class is 11.
Okay. So it hits you with the 18.
Yes.
So it's going to do 12 bludgeoning damage to you. And can you please make either an athletics or acrobatics roll to avoid getting grappled?
Athletics.
Okay. You're able to avoid getting grappled. It's going to attack you again and deal 14 bludgeoning damage to you as well.
My God. Okay.
Some of it is then going to see. You're going to see one of the Nyogi like behind the Chul.
Oh no. Yep.
Stay back in there. Get sword to me right now.
Come and get it.
Are you taunting the Nyogi?
Yep.
Oh my.
Little pasta fucker.
Because of the Niyogis, like of these icons.
I got a bunch of fucking captives in this room, and I'm the only one with a weapon. That's why.
But actually, here's a thought. You have 2 bonds, right?
I do.
Could you bond, like, call your other bonded weapon and give it to Anders?
You're right. I absolutely could. I didn't even think of that. I can. I have a silvered spear.
All right, let's see here.
Do, 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 do.
Okay, the Nogi looks at you and it just blasts you with its enslave ability. Go ahead and make another wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom one?
Yeah.
Enslaved.
All I need is a
That
natural
sounds
20.
Terrible.
God damn it.
Are you susceptible to that multiple times a day?
It doesn't say you are immune to it for like 24 hours. It just says that, yeah, it can just blast you.
Okay.
Give me the weapon. Sit there. No noise from you. Good slave.
Am I charmed?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Then I do what he says.
You hand over the weapon. He takes it, hisses at you, and then skitters out of the room. Chul. No, Umber Hulk, grab his stone. Place it in front. We'll
Do I
move
see
it when
this,
we're
by
done.
the way?
Oh yeah, no, you would have heard. Everyone in the market heard this thunderclap.
I'm in the northwest corner.
Yeah, no, you would have heard it, and you would have seen like this occur. The brain in a jar, you see on its like large brass legs, it like clomps out from the area it had been like staying in.
He's got a brain in a jar and a dick in a box.
Just to see what's going on. But it doesn't like strictly seem that excited. Or I guess you really have a hard time telling what with it being a brain in a jar. And it just continues to watch before heading back into its little section. Otto, what are you doing?
I was watching this. I was debating if I should actually interfere, but we can just queue back to them shopping at this point.
All right. What's everyone else doing? Because you also would have heard this and probably seen it as it's in a raised section of the market.
Seen Kaito?
Not Kaito per se, but you would have seen like the Chul go in and attack somebody, and you would have seen the Yogi go in.
Do we see him leave with the silvered weapon?
Yes, you do.
Did we hear any screams of like little girls or anything like that?
Well, I guess if Kaito screamed after being like pinched twice, then yes.
No, it was very manly. Ugh. Ugh.
I've been pinching.
Use all those voice clips. That's what it would sound like.
You hear these like weird grunts coming from the.
Wow, that
sounds exactly like Kaito trying to
real
get
good.
Lucian's like, ooh, I'm headed there next.
Jesus.
Right.
What a Nogi charm that was.
My word.
I'm headed to Zaphilar Brain. I want to talk to the Chaos Blade Brain.
Okay.
Graham will go with and just kind of be slowly milling closer to the prison after that, and just kind of trying to keep tabs on it.
Okay. So who's heading to see the brain in a jar?
Graham is.
Okay. Graham, Lucian, anybody else? All right. Oh, Fern as well?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, Graham, Lucian, you see, as you enter in this small little section, there is a brain in a jar. It's not a big jar, but it is mounted on top of, yes, this large mechanical spider. It's 4 legs. It doesn't appear to have like a front or a back or anything, but you do see like these 2 kind of like jets, kind of like little ejectors on the front of it. It sees you approach.
What is it you require from the great Zapheller?
Get the fuck out of me.
Howdy. I think we're familiar with some of your work. You were Honorable and Researching Fellow, right?
I've done many great things in the area of construct, magic, and research.
So, what are you doing down here, if you don't mind me asking?
My unfortunate conversion into this state has left me in a more precarious position. I am attempting to find a area that I can inhabit, I am offering these creatures for their slaves some constructs. In return, they will provide me the labor I need to create my underground kingdom.
I see.
What is it you desire? Flesh, human, cat, creature?
Those slaves are actually people we need to bring back to their families, and one of them's a friend of ours.
Unfortunate. Do you plan to bid on them? You will have a great bit of competition against my constructs.
So, what material is it you need from them? Could you get it anywhere else, like from us maybe?
Labor! I need laborers, and my constructs have a difficult time holding pickaxes and shovels.
How many laborers are you talking for your underground kingdom?
The Ogi say they have 26 laborers. So, 26.
Paying the laborers.
That's typically what happens when they're slaves. But they will be the first in my underground kingdom. I will raise them above all as my first citizens.
You might tell them that, and they might agree.
Well, first I need to get them from the Nyogi.
No, they live right above the ground here. That's where the Nyogi got them from. They're right up there.
Yes, above ground.
How about instead of bidding for them, do you have your constructs here?
I have a few.
And he does actually have these kind of brass. It's like a human-looking thing, although you do see that it has like these graspy claws for hands.
Do they look like they're good for a scrap?
They're dressed as fine as he can get. They look like some sort of attempt to dress them like well off and make them look almost like a robot butler, but it comes off as very crude.
Are they any good at fighting?
Not anymore.
I see.
And I have to say, as a brain in a jar, my ability to utilize dexterous means is very limited. Unfortunately.
Well, suppose we could help each other out.
Get me some laborers and I'll give you as much help as I can. I'll trade you my robot butler.
You say robot butler?
Robotic butler. Creation of my own creation.
They're a robotic blunt roller. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, great, Zafala. We have seen your work firsthand, and I'll actually pull out some rusted metal pieces that I picked up from one of his first from the first dungeon that we came to, that there was like flying swords or some shit that attacked us, and offer it to him just for memorabilia.
I don't recognize this. Not my handiwork. Too crude. Better luck next time, kitten.
Well, we have been in your other establishments, and we are actually in the process of connecting some of your older bases. We've run into some difficulties, definitely, with traps you have set and puzzles laid out for us. We want to connect to this new city of yours and maybe become vassals of yours. What advice can you give us when going through your old establishments?
Traps are fun, but I hate puzzles.
What about the Chaos Blade? What do you remember of this contraption you created?
Ah, yes, my finest creation, the Chaos Blade. It's a sword. It's chaotic.
What kind of sword?
Where
Is it a
is
sword?
it?
I left it in the lab, I think. The prototype. It was a long sword, but with my assistance, I could transform it into any sort of blade imaginable. It was my most spectacular creation, matched my notes 100%. I was spectacularly successful beyond my wildest dreams.
Well, here's a thought for you. How long have you been in that body?
5,000 years?
Is that about right for the history period, or is he
No,
just like a
no,
little
he
cracked?
doesn't. He's like, he would have died like 700 years ago.
Okay, so he's gone a little off his rocker. Well, suppose I told you that the people up on the surface these days would very much like to hear from you, and I bet they'd be willing to give you all kinds of labor to help you build your underground kingdom.
Yes,
But,
I agree.
I could happily introduce you to some modern day academicals.
This is true.
who are,
There's organizations that are built around researching what you've learned.
How would you like tenure?
What is that?
Grad students instead of slaves. Wait.
Same thing.
They're just slaves with extra steps.
Fascinating. I never graduated.
You're literally a god genius to them, and they do everything in their power to learn about the past.
Well,
You could bring truth and bring history to life to an entire island full of people who would hang on your every word, give you whatever you wanted.
Rubes is what he's saying.
whoa. Ha, and to think, my master said I'd never amount to anything. He called me a putz.
You would be the irrefutable knowledge of everything from the past. Nobody could ever stand against you.
Why do I get the feeling it may not actually be the real one? It's just, it heard that name and it's like, that's me.
I don't care. This is great.
Oh yeah, no, it's great.
It's motivating.
I'm just trying to think of ways we could convince him to help us with the jailbreak. You want to come back with us? We could introduce you to some wizards, some scholars. We could
Come with us.
Yeah,
take
go
you
and
around
make
to some of
a
your old haunts.
make a persuasion check.
Does he get advantage on that?
Yes, because you're all working together.
Well, that's good because I'm not super good at persuasion.
I mean, I can do it if you want. I don't know.
Good.
If Ian's okay with that,
I would
sure.
say Graham was the one who was like taking point on this
I've
one,
been
so
steering. Damn it.
I don't know what a grad student is, and I don't like going up above ground. The sunlight hurts.
Well,
Sunlight hurts.
I mean, he
Get
is.
you a parasol.
I don't know what that is.
It's like an umbrella, but fancier.
Disgusting.
It blocks the sun from finding you.
Disgusting, he says.
Horrid. What creature would create such a terrible invention? I'll make a better parasol, capable of blocking out the entire sun.
I like this guy.
Well,
How do we take
Oh, we
him
gotta
with
release
us?
this guy.
I know a couple wizards who could absolutely put their heads together with you on that.
They'd be
Come
super.
on, come with us. It'll be your next great adventure. It'll be the
Well,
start
he made the
of a
teleportation
new
system.
epoch of history.
Well, he made the teleportation system. Couldn't he just like teleport himself around town to town at that point?
If he's still-
Teleportation's impossible. No one has ever achieved it ever.
Guys, I'm not sure, but I think this guy's a
Really
fucking
faker,
idiot.
but,
We should definitely still release him to the surface anyway.
How big is his brain container? Is this like a giant brain, or is this like a human?
no, this is
size?
like human-sized brain, and like the brain container itself is only a little bit bigger. I mean, you probably would put it at fiffle size.
What about the spider thing that he's on? Is that
That's large. That's like massive. That's like horse-sized.
horse-sized spider mechanism?
A horse-sized mecha spider. Welcome to fucking hell.
I mean, it's not a spider. It has 4 like limbs. But yeah, I mean, go ahead and make another persuasion roll with advantage.
Okay.
What? Fuck yes. Spider army. I told you.
Halfling reroll?
Not in this case. We'll take the 13, but I
Okay.
mean,
I do like wizards. Or I hate them. No, I love them. They're great. And if they can help me block out the sun, then why do I need an underground kingdom? The whole thing will be underground. Sort of. Alright. What do you need? Who do you want set on fire?
Well, you see all the guards and the monsters and whatnot over in that building there with the slaves?
Yes!
Everyone but the captives that they're holding.
Everyone? In the market? Alright.
Y'all ready for this?
Here I go.
I've been waiting for you guys to stop your shopping trip all day.
What have we convinced him to do? I couldn't totally understand.
He asked, who do you want me to set on fire?
Ooh,
So we are pointing him at the...
Nokis?
Yeah, at the Yogis, and I did specify not the captives. I
All
feel like
right.
that was important.
Everyone in the market except the captives I will light on fire.
I feel like this is a Fallout type of thing where he just walks out like a big mechanical, like,
Right.
He just Liberty primes it.
lasers. It's like,
Like he's completely insane with the sentries, but he's just a walking death machine.
Yep, that seems to be the vibe we got going with this guy. Yeah.
all right.
Turn
So-
loose.
With that, we've been playing a little bit. Oh, wow, we've been playing 2.5 hours. So I think we'll stop here and we'll pick it up next week.
Sounds
Turning
good.
loose the flaming death machine guy is good.
Sounds good. I won't be here next week. Just a reminder. So somebody.
Oh yeah, that's true. Somebody else will be.
I
Well,
will-
guess what,
Right,
Kaido?
right.
You're
Fire
charmed.
Kaido.
do you justice.
Probably.
That's all right. I got 7 health, so
We'll
I
just
will
keep doing
do
some
you
shopping.
justice,
and
buddy.
shit.
We will
also
definitely
don't
get your body out of here.
do not move me unless we get those fucking boots back, or else just let me. This is Kaido's grave. It's fine. Kaido will appear.
Actually, Kaido Anders will give you 20 hit points back using lay on hands.
Oh my god, he's gonna do what with his hands?
He's healing you, dipshit.
Oh, okay. How
So
much am I
we'll-
healing?
20 extra.
No.
Add 20 hit points to yourself.
My god, those magic fucking hands, baby. Thank you so much.
Magic miking it.
All right.
Little Piccolino.
We will we'll drop it here and we'll pick this up next week.
That was fun.
Yes.
Great.